Reporting for Cronkite Sports, I'm Tia Reid, here with ASU gymnast Anaya Smith for the latest edition of Sun Devil Sitdown, and today we're going to be talking about some of Anaya's experiences and her thoughts on the changing landscape of collegiate and elite gymnastics. So, first off, what made you want to start doing gymnastics?
Well, I would flip around at my house all the time, so my godmother had put me in my first class, and ever since then, I've been doing it since I was 3. So
Yeah. And who were some of your favorite gymnasts that you liked to watch when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, I didn't really look up to anyone until I got to maybe 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking at Alicia Bourne. She went to Florida, I think, and Lamencia Hall. I probably am saying their names wrong, but she went to LSU, and I looked up to them a lot because they looked so fun doing their floor routines and everything. So that was cool.
Yeah, and when you were growing up, as far as coaches, other teammates at your gyms, and even, some of the other gymnasts who were popular at the time, did you see a lot of people that looked like you?
With my club experience, yeah, my teams were really diverse, so that was really cool. Because I know a lot of the other teams that we competed against, they didn't really have any black girls that did gymnastics, so.
And how do you think that, contributed to your positive experiences and making you want to continue in the sport?
I guess my teammates supported me a lot, and it's hard because you have to have skin colored stuff, and you have to do your hair nice, and just having other gymnasts that had hair like mine was easier to get it done and feel pretty.
Yeah. And so when, obviously you had a lot of success when you were younger, you were able to compete as you got older and now in college. And how did the way that, certain teams recruited you and their culture and diversity, how did that play a role in, you deciding where you wanted to go?
I would say I didn't really look into diversity that much, but the coaches here, they made me feel really welcomed. I never did a official visit, when I was getting recruited, and I came for camp, and there was other girls, black girls on the team, and they made me feel really comfortable and stuff, so that's kind of why I picked it here.
I mean, feeling comfortable is always important, especially for gymnastics. And so then now that you're here, how do you feel supported by the team, your teammates, and able to fully express your identity and when you do gymnastics?
We get to do each February we do a Black History Month photo shoot, or we did my freshman year we did a video we had a Black History Month meet kind of, and we did play the video before the meet, which was really cool. So it made me feel accepted and appreciated, which was really nice.
Yeah, I saw the pictures from last year's shoot. They were pretty cool. The mural and everything. Is that a special moment for you and your other teammates that get to participate in that and just kind of have fun and express yourselves?
Yeah, that was really cool. I never knew that those murals were there, so getting to see them, they were painted really nicely, and getting to see, I think Simone Biles was on it, which was cool because I know gymnastics isn't the biggest sport, so that was cool that she was in there. Yeah.
Okay, now we're over at the vault table, which is Anaya's primary event. You're pretty much a powerhouse of this event. Throughout history, black gymnasts have kind of been, it's all about power, vault, floor. Those are the things they really excelled at. But how have you kind of seen that change as more black girls have gotten into the sport?
I would say I see a lot of black girls that are really good at beam and bars nowadays. Haley Bryant, Kaya Johnson, they're amazing at it. I know a couple of the Missouri girls I've seen on the internet, they're so good at beam and bars, which you can incorporate the power into it, which is really cool. So, and that makes us stand out more, which is nice.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about gymnastics is, the combination of grace and beauty, but then also having this power. And with that, the expanding landscape, how do you think, how much more important is that for little black girls who, want to get into the sport and are looking for kind of role models that they can have to look up to?
I would say vault and floor are kind of in my opinion, the hardest events to get good at, and it comes naturally to me, which is I'm thankful for, but I know a lot of the girls that are good at beam, and it's nice that they could look up to people and have role models to look up to that are really good at those two events. So
as a black gymnast, now you mentioned some of those other black gymnasts that are in the SEC and doing things, and now we have the addition of Fisk University and more recently announced Talladega College. Do you see pride in those teams and those athletes, like, you know, give respect to each, like mutual respect to each other, and like, hey, I see you, you see me type of thing?
Yeah, like I know a lot of the colleges that they have competed at so far this year have really welcomed them in, which is really nice. And like I always watch the videos every time they compete, and I'm like, it's so cool. Like like if I had the opportunity to do that when I was getting recruited, I feel like that would be like a good thing to like look into. I know a lot of girls that like want to go to a HBCU, but they couldn't because there was no gymnastics programs, and they wanted to do gymnastics in college. So that's a nice combination.
You think it would be cool to see ASU go up against one of those teams?
Yes, definitely. I would really like that, because I know my mom, she went to an HBCU, and she always wanted to be like in the sorority little thing, and so that would be cool.
And then lastly for you, you know, you're doing really big things. You kind of get to be a role model for, you know, the little girls in this area that come out and watch ASU meets. How special is that to you to be able to be that role model for them?
It's really cool. I mean, there's a lot of girls that go to my club gym that they weren't there when I was there, but I do see them like repost videos and stuff, so that's really cool, and it makes me like emotional to think about it, because I don't know, you never think that you're really inspiring anyone, and then when you see that, it's nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Anaya. That's all for this edition of Sun Devil Sit Down. Reporting for Cronkite Sports, I'm Tia Reid.